Ladies and gentlemen, the Pleb is back. In this special episode, Rachel Gilmore gets herself absolutely destroyed by the MMA community for trying to cancel UFC 297. As well, in this episode, Sean Strickland comments on Justin Trudeau's boxing, and it's absolutely hilarious. You won't want to miss tonight's story. Stick around. Before we start tonight's report, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has double-checked that they are still subscribed on my channel. I've received hundreds and hundreds of comments from you guys telling me that you were unsubscribed against your own will. So if you haven't checked already, please check if you're still subscribed to this channel, because I am for sure being censored by YouTube. Thanks. All right, guys, I was not going to record a video today, but Rachel Gilmore is once again going super viral on X, making a fool out of herself over trying to cancel UFC 297. But before we get into the Rachel Gilmore drama, I want to show you guys a clip from a Sean Strickland interview from yesterday, where he absolutely mocks and makes fun of Justin Trudeau for having no clue how to box. Watch. It's been such a bad week for Trudeau, man, honestly. All right, let's watch this clip.
Are you going to challenge Trudeau to a cage match?
Oh, yeah. No, he actually boxed once. The most pathetic thing on the planet.
Did he do it in blackface or was it?
Yo, okay, not only did Sean Strickland say that Trudeau's boxing is the most pathetic thing he's ever seen in his life, Nina says, did he do it in blackface? How incredibly based. So based. Rewind that. That's too funny. Rewind that.
Oh, yeah. No, he actually boxed once. The most pathetic thing on the planet.
Did he do it in blackface or was it?
God, man, this country, dude. You know, it's funny. It's so weird because I know a lot of Canadians and they're all cool.
They're so cool.
They love guns. They like outdoor you
Every
know?
Canadian I know loves guns.
But
and
like for some
cool.
reason, you come here and it's just run by this coward of a man.
Yeah.
Like they take seized bank accounts, like
wow. It's run by this coward of a man who seizes banking. Okay, rewind that again. This is like porn. This is porn to my ears.
Come here and it's just run by this coward of a man.
Yeah.
Like they take seized bank accounts, like
the whole truckers. And I was that upset me.
I mean, it's crazy. Like literally seized bank accounts, like man. So
yo, double bass for Nina. She's not happy with the truckers getting beat up and their accounts frozen. Nina is base.
These bank accounts, like
the whole truckers. And I was that upset me.
I mean, it's crazy. Like literally seized bank accounts, like man. So yeah.
Are you?
Well, guys, it's obvious now why the wokies don't like Sean Strickland, and our mainstream media is completely woke. So of course they hate this dude. But when the wokies hate somebody, that means the conservatives find themselves a new hero, especially the patriotic conservatives like us. Later that day, Sean Strickland ran into some fans in Toronto and claimed that he is scared that he is going to get locked up for hate speech. Watch.
They told me before I came here that they could throw me in jail for what I said. Is this fucking North Korea? How is this a first world country where I can't? They told me before I came.
Wow, they can effing throw me into jail. Let's watch that again.
They could throw me in jail for what I said. Is this fucking North Korea? How is this a first world country where I can't?
You know, Sean Strickland, you're not wrong. We are no longer a first world country here. We are a communist, socialist nightmare. And honestly, I'm shocked that you didn't get arrested for hate speech yet. Welcome to Trudeau's Canada. The left are absolutely triggered by Sean Strickland's newfound superstardom and insane popularity, to the point now where I have new footage from that press conference where a Canadian fan literally jumped from the rafters to rush the stage so he could shake Sean Strickland's hand. In yesterday's video, I showed you guys the fan rushing to the stage, but I didn't show you how it actually happened. Watch this from this perspective. It makes it even cooler.
It has to be very cordial. You're hugging out in bed. Fitness said he wants to have a beer after the fight. Is this no longer personal? It was never a fucking person.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is the guy literally jumping from the. This is nuts. It's obvious. Sean Strickland is popular. He's a superstar. People literally jumping from the rafters to get to shake this dude's hand. But not everyone loves Sean Strickland. And in our next segment, we're going to cover someone who really doesn't like him. Now, when someone speaks their mind in Canada, it seems to trigger the woke people. And we have hall monitors in Canada who like to monitor speech and get people canceled. And Canada's hall monitor is none other than Rachel Gilmore. Now, Canada's favorite hall monitor, Rachel Gilmore, put this tweet out, says, looks like this MMA fighter's a big insecure baby who likes to punch down. Sean Strickland went on an unhinged anti-LGBTQI+ rant after a reporter had the audacity to ask him about things he said. Oh, and Scotiabank and UFC are apparently fine with it. Cool. Well, this ridiculous TikTok here got itself absolutely ratioed with 2,500 likes out of, oh my God, 12.5 million views. That is insane. 2,500 likes, 4,500 quote tweets. And the reason there is so many quote tweets is because Rachel Gilmore puts this out and shuts off her comments. And another crazy thing, this post has 1,000 bookmarks. That is crazy. Let's go watch the video that Rachel Gilmore went viral on.
A professional athlete just said some of the most disgusting anti-gay, anti-trans bullshit I have ever heard. And so far, he has faced 0 consequences. Like,
Rachel has no clue how the UFC works, and it's absolutely hilarious. She's about to learn.
his big money-making event is still set to take place, still at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, and it's still in 2 days. So, TikTok, it might be time to do your thing.
TikTok, TikTok, it may be time to do your thing. Yo, okay.
So, TikTok, it might be time to do your thing. Let me tell you why. This human thumb, Sean Strickland, yeah, the guy in the Women Belong in the Kitchen t-shirt, so original.
That's, the t-shirt's hilarious. That's funny, Rachel. It's funny.
He is an MMA fighter. And yesterday, MMA journalist Alexander Lee asked him about disgusting comments he had made in the past about the LGBTQ community. Specifically that time that Strickland said if he had a gay son, it would mean he failed as a man. This seems like a guy who's super secure in his masculinity. Anyways, before Lee could even finish his question, Strickland launched into a gnarly tirade. Here's a taste.
Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you know, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem.
Oh, but he didn't stop there. He also...
Well, I'm going to agree on this point. I don't think any kid gets to decide if they're gay or not. So I don't agree with Sean saying you failed as a man when he says that. But I mean, watching the left melt down over this guy is just priceless.
also went on to attack the trans community.
10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have fucking weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. You're right. Fucking chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders.
His comments were then praised on far-right messaging boards, where they said things like,
far right, guys. She brought out the UFC is far right, okay? The far right, it's her favorite term. Far right.
absolutely savage. And I love this man, because there's nothing ballsier than attacking vulnerable, marginalized communities.
Rachel's trying to be funny by doing the voices. Totally savage. Let me see if I can actually replicate this.
Things like, absolutely savage.
Absolutely savage. Oh my God, I'm going to try to cancel the UFC, you guys, okay? TikTok, it's time to do your thing.
And I love this man, because...
I love this man. It's true, Rachel. You're actually saying the truth there. We love Sean Strickland.
There's nothing ballsier than attacking vulnerable, marginalized communities. Now that is brave. Beyond a handful of articles and some mixed commentary online, this dude has emerged from this totally unscathed. And my question about that is, what message are we sending to the trans community? What message does it send to the gay community? What message does it send to the far-right transphobes who are cheering this on? And watching Scotiabank Arena welcome this human pimple with open arms.
Human pimple with open arms. Scotiabank, cancel him, TikTok, do your thing.
Is Toronto actually okay with this? My money's on no. So if you agree, I'd recommend you get loud about it. Because call me crazy, I'm not cool with standing by while this chicken shit little bitch punches down.
Oh, she's mad. She's swearing. But hey, let's bring it back here, okay? Bring it back here.
Welcome this human pimple with open arms. Is Toronto actually okay with this?
Good question, Rachel. Is Toronto actually okay with this? I have an answer for you for that. Watch. All right, let's see if Toronto is okay with this, guys.
So let me start this off by thanking you. First of all, Gate, $7.6 million.
$7.6 million gate. That's a lot of money. US, for the record, real money.
US. 18,100 sold out.
18,100 people will be attending this event, and it's sold out. Does that sound like Toronto's okay with this? Keep going, Dana.
Highest grossing arena gate in history and the highest gate ever for Canada in an arena.
Highest grossing gate in Canadian history, biggest event ever in a Canadian arena, and Rachel thinks Toronto's not okay with this? Wow.
Thank you, Canada.
Thank you, Canada, says Dana White. Well, you're welcome, sir. We love the UFC up here in Canada. So once again, cancel culture tries to cancel the UFC and in return completely backfires, making this the biggest, highest gate in Canadian history, the biggest arena event in Canadian history. Oh man, the left are too funny. Everything they try to do just backfires, like trying to cancel the UFC. Now, even though Rachel Gilmore turned the comments off of her super viral tweet, people were still able to put in quote tweets. Now, there is 5,200 of them, so I went through almost all of them, and I picked some quote tweets that I thought were pretty hilarious. Let's go see what the MMA community thinks of Rachel Gilmore. This tweet has 18,000 likes. Wow, I'll go like it right now. And it says, "We gotta cancel B words that think they matter." Wow. Jason William writes, "TikTok, it may be time to do your thing." With Darnell falling out of the chair. Provide pics nails it here. He says, "TikTok, do your thing." You must be new here, Rachel. Let me give you the post-fight play-by-play. 1. Media will ask Dana post-fight what he thinks. 2. Dana says he doesn't police speech and doesn't give a F. 3. Everyone moves on with their life. 4. You're welcome. Jack McGuire here writes, "TikTok, do your thing." Does she think she's going to get UFC 297 canceled? With the laugh emojis and the ratio at 3,500 likes. Angelica Pickles writes, "Breaking news. Woman steps away from watching The Bachelorette and realizes people who beat the literal piss out of each other for a living have different political opinions and can have tendencies of impertinence. Miss Rachel, they aren't canceling a UFC event over your words." And this tweet also ratioed Rachel Gilmore with 4,800 likes. Smesh Till Dawn writes, "TikTok, do your thing," and responds with this video.
Know your role and shut your mouth! No.
Fury's Picks, who's one of the biggest insiders in MMA, writes, "Cancel culture really thinks they can come for the UFC," with a laugh emoji. The sport's entire history since the 90s has been surviving cancellation attempts. UFC is uncancelable. And this tweet also ratioed Rachel Gilmore with 8,800 likes. This one from Tarkan's a little brutal, saying, "You're not attractive enough to be this stupid." Ouch. Historical Jewish Quotes writes, award-winning journalist, LOL. And this one from JDM saying, liberal white woman turns off comments. Shocker. Or how about this ratio on Rachel Gilmore with 5,000 likes from the redheaded libertarian who writes, punching down ? Are the gays beneath you, Rachel? And apparently that one triggered Rachel because she responded to Josie saying, nah, but I'm definitely above other redheads who make their hair color and bigotry their entire personality. And then Rachel got ratioed here by Josie when Josie told her to please calm down. The left thinking they could cancel the UFC is beyond hilarious. And how about I give you guys a reminder? You guys remember during the pandemic, while all sports were shut down, the UFC were the only ones trying to stay open. And Dana White went as far as to go and create a ring in the middle of an island in Abu Dhabi so he could still host UFC cards during the pandemic. Here's a reminder of how awesome the UFC truly is and why their fans are so loyal.
2020 was supposed to be a banner year, a year now defined by a global pandemic.
The NBA is suspending the season.
MLB spring training, NHL regular season, March Madness canceled.
It will forever be known as the day sports shut down.
While sports across the globe go dark, Dana White says the show will go on for UFC.
Why is Dana White comfortable continuing?
Dana White is somebody with a flawed intelligence. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
More doubts this should even be attempted.
There's still a medical danger here.
Really negligent decision-making to make a buck.
There was an article in the New York Times today that was very critical.
I don't give a fuck.
It seems dangerous. It seems foolish.
There's no way to make a sporting event safe.
There's no way to 100% guarantee the safety of everybody.
We don't dictate the timeline. The virus is the one in charge here.
This isn't something that should be happening.
So many risks involved in this. There's no way they come out of this completely unscathed.
This whole damn idea is reckless.
Dana White's legacy? Pay me, even if I put you in serious and potentially fatal harm.
Lining your pockets with money is more important than the safety of the production staff and the people you have fighting for you.
You can't make it totally safe, and it's all fun and games until someone gets this thing.
You're not listening. It is purely greed.
This is totally negative for mixed martial arts in the UFC, and I'm not sure it's one that they'll get over for a while.
Dana's way off here, way wrong.
The virus forced businesses across the country to close their doors.
The global fear of COVID-19 as cases around the world continue to grow.
I'm not afraid of the media. Why should anyone listen to the media? Who are these people? What makes them experts? What have they ever accomplished? They criticize me for even trying to find a way forward because it's easy to criticize from the sidelines when you risk nothing and do nothing. But we need to fight this thing. Instead of panicking, let's find solutions.
Is it feasible that UFC could go off in a month?
I don't see how.
3 fight cards have been announced in Jacksonville.
On our way to Jacksonville, baby.
If the UFC or any of these organizations want to go to Florida, that's a recipe for disaster.
No matter how hard you try, you can stop us now.
I've also secured an island. We're going to do all of our international fights on this island.
No matter how hard you try, you can stop us now.
Dana White devised an insane workaround. The UFC is apparently building a facility on a private island that they're calling Fight Island.
It's such a stupid idea. I don't really have any trust in them making it something that's marketable or cool.
No matter how hard you try, you can stop us now.
We're going to do everything above and beyond to make sure that everybody is safe.
He's saying his fighters will be taken care of. However, White does not care if there are sacrificial lambs for the betterment of business.
The media said I was risking people's health to line my own pockets. I didn't do this so I could make more money. I have plenty of money. I did this so my fighters could make money and my employees could continue to make a living and feed their families.
You can see that no expense is spared as far as making sure that we're safe.
Will you be willing to pay pay-per-view money for something that shouldn't even happen?
Our events were successful in every way, shape, and form that an event can be successful. I'm proud of my crew. We pulled this thing off. That's what we've always done, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Even if you believe they're taking all the precautions, it's still a very high risk.
That is the journalist that went at it with Sean Strickland, and look at him talking bad about Dana staying open during the COVID pandemic. That is Alexander Lee, the journalist. Oh, that's two jokes.
Scenario.
There's just no way to completely eliminate the risk that
scenario. There's just taking all the precautions. It's still a very high risk scenario.
There's just no way to completely eliminate the risk that someone could get sick.
The media are not in the news business. They're in the clickbait business. They think negativity sells and gets clicks. So that's what they deliver. Negativity is their product. But I'm not going to let that stop them. Anytime there's great success, it's surrounded by negativity. But here's the reality. None of the media people know anything about this business. A lot of people did not want this to happen. But what we're really good at is proving people wrong. That is what we do at the UFC.
This is why UFC is the greatest sport in the world. That clip right there literally gave me chills. All right, guys, that's a wrap here for today's video. But let me ask you a question. Who do you have in the main event? Do you have Sean Strickland, or you have that South African Ken doll looking dude? Are you on Team Strickland or Team Duplessis? Let me know in the comments. Also, are you guys hyped for this UFC event? I see a lot of you guys in the comments saying, Pleb, I don't ever watch the UFC, but tonight I'm calling the boys over. We're getting the grill going and we're ordering the fights. All right, guys, enjoy your fight day. It is fight night here in Canada. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video. More people see it. Share it out to your friends. Tell your friends about the Pleb's YouTube channel, where you can even buy a membership if you want to support me more. My name is the Pleb. This was your Saturday report, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.